In the early 20th century, the United States passed the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937. This act made marijuana completely illegal in the United States. This rule still applies to some states in this country that have not even legalized medical cannabis. This act that was passed in 1937 is completely outdated compared to today's world. It needs to be eliminated completely. I feel marijuana should be legalized across all 50 states of our country because it cuts down on racial prejudice, plus criminalization, benefits our economy, and has medicinal purposes. In the United States, Black citizens are 4 times as likely as whites to be arrested on marijuana possession charges. In some places, like Chicago, for example, the rate for Blacks can reach all the way to 8 times. The average person might say that Blacks and white people might use the same amount of marijuana, but in reality, this is not true. The amount of marijuana used by whites and minorities is nearly identical. These statistics show that there is racism in this country that is linked to the fact that marijuana is illegal. Since marijuana is illegal, it gives cops that may be biased towards minorities more of a reason in their mind to be racist and treat the minorities unfairly compared to whites. Marijuana not being legal also puts many Americans in jail and overcrowds the prison system. In 2018, 663,367 people were arrested for possession of marijuana. In fact, the United States arrests more of its citizens on marijuana-related charges than any other country in the world. The problem with these numbers is that it shows that our police could be doing other things to help the community other than focusing on catching people with marijuana. Instead, these police trying to find people using marijuana, they could be trying to enforce things that matter more and have more danger to the United States citizens. Marijuana legalization has decreased the amount of people being arrested for possession as seen in this graph. By legalizing marijuana, you are opening up many opportunities to help grow your economy. Legalizing marijuana has brought in tons of money for communities. In Pueblo County, Colorado, for example, researchers found that a taxed and regulated cannabis industry brought in $58 million to the local economy. With legislation costs, including social services and law enforcement, that added up to $23 million, making a positive impact that was made, adding up to $35 million. Researchers also found that compared to similar communities in states where cannabis is not legal, Pueblo County did better on a lot of measures. That money has been put to good use where cannabis is legal, as it dedicated $420,000 to be used for scholarship money for 210 students. During this year, in the same county, it is expected that the amount of scholarships are going to triple, as $750,000 will be put aside for scholarship money. However, with money comes the creation of lots of jobs. By 2020, it is expected that the legal cannabis market will create more than 250,000 jobs. This is more than the expected amount of jobs for manufacturing, utilities, and government. In this chart, unemployment, the unemployment rate of Colorado is compared to the United States unemployment rate. As seen on this graph, it is shown that unemployment in Colorado, a legal marijuana state, is starting to dip a lot below the US average, proving that this industry is creating jobs for many people in this country. One of the big reasons that some states are legalizing marijuana is because of its medicinal purposes. In these states, recreational marijuana is not legal, only medical is. In the cannabis plant, the two main ingredients that are used are THC, the psychoactive ingredient, and CBD, the non-psychoactive ingredient. Some common uses for THC can include increased appetite, decreased nausea, pain, inflammation, and muscle control problems. The other ingredient, CBD, is a non-psychoactive, meaning that there is no high that comes along with it. CBD can have the same uses as THC, but has more overall uses that can help your health. Some of these uses of CBD include reducing anxiety and depression, alleviating cancer-related symptoms, neurological problems like epilepsy, reducing acne, and antipsychotic effects, and better heart health. Currently, the FDA has two approved drugs, Dronabinol and Nabilone, that contain THC. These two drugs help treat nausea in chemotherapy patients and increases appetite in patients experiencing extreme weight loss from AIDS. A problem arises, though, if you are a patient in need of these medications, but you are in a state where marijuana is completely illegal. This stems another reason why cannabis should be legal. Because if you are in need of something that is going to help your symptoms, you are going to be out of luck if you are in an illegal state. As you can clearly tell, the pros of legalizing weed far outweigh the cons, whether it be for the medicinal purposes, the decrease of racial prejudice / criminalization, or the big boost in our economy. A new bill was recently just passed in legislation that would make cannabis legal in all 50 states. Only time will tell what will happen in the legalization of marijuana, but the answer is quite clear. Marijuana should be legal. Thank you.